I am still reeling, really, from the appearances just recently on the stage. I don't think there's an actor here or watching this proceeding tonight who doesn't acknowledge a great debt to the continuing legacy of Laurence Olivier. And his presence here tonight has put a great perspective and just on the proceedings for me, and a warm and generous and dignified one, and I'm not quite able to recover from it, I tell you.
Jon Voight, born December 29, 1938 in Yonkers, New York, is a towering figure in Hollywood. With a career spanning over 6 decades, Voight has delivered unforgettable performances, navigated personal and professional highs and lows, and in recent years sparked significant discussion with his outspoken political beliefs. His journey from a liberal-leaning activist in his early years to a staunch conservative later in life reflects the complexities of his personality. Today we'll take a look at his transition from liberal to conservative, as well as why he and daughter Angelina Jolie don't get along. Take a left and then a right.
What they have done over, and this is over many decades, is have us embattled over race, over gender, over age, many things. And meanwhile, they're inserting themselves into our society with the teachers that they placed in certain positions to overtake the universities and schools, and Hollywood was a target of theirs.
The son of Barbara and Elmer Voight, Jon grew up in a family of Czech and German descent. His father was a professional golfer, and the Voight household encouraged creativity and ambition. Jon's younger brother, Barry Voight, became a renowned geologist and volcanologist, while his other brother, Chip Taylor, found success as a songwriter, penning hits such as Wild Thing and Angel of the Morning. Jon's interest in acting began during his time at Archbishop Stepanek School in White Plains, New York, where he performed in school plays. After graduation, he attended the Catholic University of America in Washington, D.C., earning a degree in art in 1960. While there, he discovered his passion for drama and decided to pursue a career in acting. Voight moved to New York City to study at the neighborhood Playhouse School of the Theater under the legendary Sanford Meisner. He began performing in off-Broadway productions and eventually made his Broadway debut in the original cast of The Sound of Music, where he played Captain Von Trapp's would-be son-in-law, Rolf. His first forays into television included guest roles in shows like Naked City and Gunsmoke, but it was his leap to film in the late 60s that set him on the path to stardom. In 1969, Jon landed the role that defined his early career, Joe Buck in Midnight Cowboy. Directed by John Schlesinger, the film tells the story of a naïve Texan who moves to New York City to work as a hustler, only to befriend a down-and-out con artist played by Dustin Hoffman. The film was groundbreaking for its raw depiction of urban despair and won the Academy Award for Best Picture, while Voight earned his first Oscar nomination for Best Actor. The role catapulted Voight to fame and established him as one of the most talented actors of his generation. Midnight Cowboy remains a landmark in American cinema and a testament to his ability to tackle emotionally challenging material. The 70s were a golden period for Voight as he delivered a string of critically acclaimed performances. In 1972, he starred in John Boorman's Deliverance alongside Burt Reynolds. The film, which explores the harrowing experiences of 4 friends on a canoe trip in the wilderness, showcased Voight's ability to play complex and vulnerable characters. In 1978, he received his first Oscar for Best Actor for his role in Hal Ashby's Coming Home. In the film, he played a Vietnam War veteran who falls in love with a soldier's wife, Jane Fonda. Voight delivered a deeply emotional performance that resonated with audiences. The film's anti-war message aligned with Voight's own liberal views at the time, and it cemented his reputation as a socially conscious artist. The 1980s and 90s saw Voight expand his repertoire with diverse roles. In Runaway Train, he played a hardened convict, earning another Academy Award nomination. In Heat, he held his own alongside Al Pacino and Robert De Niro in Michael Mann's crime epic. Voight's portrayal of historical figures also gained acclaim, as seen in Ali, where he played sportscaster Howard Cosell, and Pearl Harbor, where he depicted Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Voight also embraced television, winning an Emmy for his performance in John Paul II. In the 2010s, he gained a new following for his role as Mickey Donovan in Showtime's Ray Donovan, which earned him a Golden Globe and multiple nominations. In the early stages of his career, Voight was aligned with liberal values of the 1960s and 70s. Like many of his peers, he was outspoken about his opposition to the Vietnam War and his support for civil rights. His role in coming home reflected his anti-war stance, and he often participated in activism aligned with progressive causes. But Voight underwent a dramatic political transformation in the 2000s. Disillusioned with what he perceived as the failures of liberal policies and the moral decay of society, he embraced conservative values and became an outspoken supporter of the Republican Party. He has cited his Catholic faith and his concerns about America's direction as key factors in his ideological shift. Voight's support for Donald Trump brought him into the political spotlight. He endorsed Trump during his 2016 presidential campaign, praising him as a strong leader who could restore America's greatness. Voight has defended Trump on numerous occasions, even as the former president faced criticism and controversy. His unwavering loyalty to Trump has drawn sharp criticism from Hollywood's predominantly liberal community, with some colleagues distancing themselves from him. His conservative views have also created tension within his personal life, particularly with his daughter Angelina Jolie. The two have had a famously tumultuous relationship over the years, and their political differences have occasionally added strain. While Voight is a staunch supporter of Israel, Jolie has expressed more liberal views on the Israel-Hamas conflict, emphasizing humanitarian concerns and the plight of Palestinian civilians. Reports suggest that Voight has been deeply disappointed by Jolie's stance on the issue, though he has refrained from openly criticizing her. Despite their political disagreements, Voight has spoken of his love and admiration for his daughter, emphasizing that family ties transcend ideological divides. In fact, they remain largely estranged, and perhaps these differing political views will continue to cause tension in their relationship. As a public figure, Voight's political journey from liberal activist to conservative advocate has sparked debate and reflection. While his views have alienated some in Hollywood, they've also endeared him to a segment of the American public that values his patriotism and outspokenness. His willingness to express his beliefs, even in the face of criticism, reflects a deeply held commitment to his principles. Whether seen as a trailblazer or a divisive figure, he remains one of Hollywood's most compelling personalities. At 85, Jon Voight's enduring presence in entertainment and his influence on cultural and political discourse ensure that his legacy will continue to be studied and celebrated for years. Jon's career, spanning more than 6 decades, remains a testament to his talent and resilience as an actor. While his conservative political views and outspoken support for Donald Trump have drawn significant criticism from Hollywood's predominantly liberal community, they've not significantly hindered his ability to find work. But his political stance raises a broader question about whether there's room in Hollywood for opposing political views and how such views influence the careers of actors and artists. Hollywood has long been seen as a bastion of progressive ideals, with many stars openly championing liberal causes. The industry's alignment with left-wing politics often leads to an unspoken expectation that actors and filmmakers will either share those views or remain silent if they don't. This environment has led to a growing debate about whether entertainers with conservative views face unfair treatment or even blacklisting due to their beliefs. While some, like Voight, have defied this trend, many others may choose to avoid discussing their political opinions altogether. Now it's time to hear from you. Do you think Jon Voight's political views will change how he's received as an actor? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below.